Hey, Winnie Anderson here. Welcome to today's episode of The Courageous Entrepreneur. And today we're going to be talking about how to stand out when you hate standing out. And of course, I have some notes here, so I'll be glancing back and forth at my monitor. So welcome, and please share this when you discover the video. Say hi, tell me who you are, where you are, and what you do, and please share this in your community so other folks can join in as well. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about why we hate standing out. There are actually several reasons why. One is that your DNA, you're just not programmed to be one of these people who get out there in a big way and put themselves out there naturally, right? There's it's been proven that a big part of our personality comes from genetics. So, that's just DNA roulette. It is what you got from your ancestors that made you who you are. So you've got a certain set of elements of your makeup. Then there is conditioning. This is a really big part of this. And of course, there's always the discussion of nature versus nurture, but conditioning really does influence how much you like or hate standing out. So for example, those of us who were raised in, hey, how you doing, Beatrice? Nice to see you. Those of us who were raised in a certain age range, a certain time period, we were told that you were to be seen and not heard. We were told, don't get too big for your britches, right? This is especially true for women. As girls growing up, we're given these confusing messages by our family of origin and then society as well. So be seen, not heard. Don't get too big for your britches. Don't brag. You're not any more special than anyone else. Now, of course, people telling you that, it wasn't that they were trying to hurt you. It was that they were trying to, help you manage the development of a healthy ego, right? And that is important. However, I love Sheryl Sandberg's statement that she hopes one day that girls are not called bossy, they're called leaders. And, if you're a young girl of a certain age, you were probably told that, nobody likes anybody who's bossy, right? I heard that quite a bit. So then as we aged and continue to grow, we then become employees, and now we're conditioned again. And conditioning at work, we know that teamwork is what's important, right? The worst thing that you could be called was somebody who was not a team player. So you learned not to say I, you learned to say we. Right? And yes, that is important. However, then when we're out on our own, we've got this difficulty of now suddenly it's us that we're talking about, right? So we're conditioned again as employees. Braggarts are jerks. We don't want to be a jerk, so we're not going to brag. And then if you have also experienced any kind of trauma or abuse, whether as a child or as an adult, that can also give you some emotional scars that lead you to avoid being singled out. So a big part of this, why you hate standing out, is you have a fear of rejection and a fear of being judged, right? Again, as humans, we are we're social animals, so we want to be a part of the group. And that's this real difficulty that we have to wrestle with, the desire to be part of the group, yet we have this desire and need to stand out as the unique individuals that we are. So let me just get clear about what I mean by standing out. In this case, it's about standing out in your profession and being easily identified as someone who is unique and an original in what you do. And in marketing language and advertising language, that's referred to as positioning. So positioning is truly this concept of it refers to the landscape, the spot that you own in the mind of your audience, the people that you're trying to reach. And this is not just potential clients, it's referral partners, it's people in general, right? You want to stand out as being completely unique in their mind. So what happens is, as we receive information, new information in, our brains are trying to make sense of that, and they're trying to figure out where to file this new information. So they compare the new to the existing information, and they either stick you in a file folder that's already got a label on it, or they go, what's this? This person is so unique, I have to create a whole new label just for them. That's what you want, right? Because the chances are good that you are not the first coach, the first consultant, the first licensed professional, whether you're a doctor, an attorney, a real estate agent. You're not the first expert that people are coming into contact with, right, in your category. And that's why leading with your category is not really a great way to differentiate yourself, because you're just going to get stuck in the folder with all the other coaches, with all the other professionals. So we need to stand out. We've got to stand out in order to really attract those people that we want to attract. So standing out, it's not about you, right? It helps your clients to know what you do and how you can help them. So it makes it easy for them to recognize who they should be working with and who, is not really right for them. So think of standing out as helping other people. It helps them recognize who that best person is. And as I said, it really does help you attract people and opportunities so you don't have to chase after them. So it's efficient, right? It's an efficient use of your time, and it's helping other people. So there are three steps to standing out effectively. So first is that you have to uncover what makes you unique. This is really challenging to do. It's something that we often stink at ourselves because we're so conditioned not to recognize that unique quality that we have. I was just sharing with some friends that I just discovered that there is a whole suite of services that I provide. I didn't know that people would pay just for that particular suite of services. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. I didn't see it as being unique. Well, apparently it is unique, and apparently it's a highly compensated type of work. So yes, I'm going to be packaging that as its own offering, and I'll be correcting that moving forward. But that's how hard this can be for us. So number one, identify what really makes you you and make you unique. And it's a combination of things, right? And I'll talk about them in just a minute. Number two is you have to embrace that uniqueness. This is really hard. One reason it's hard is because we're trapped in feelings of unworthiness. We're not good enough. And we think that everybody else is smarter or better than we are. If we know something, well, everybody must know that in our profession. That's not the case. You truly are a unique individual within your own profession as well. So we just feel that everybody else is at least as good as we are, right? And our achievements, especially our achievements, really are not that special. And then number three is we've got to communicate our uniqueness. Okay, so let's look at how do you do this. So first of all, let's look at uncovering what makes us unique. And how we do that is it's part of what's called our hero's journey, right? We've been through a process, through a life, and everything that we have gone through while they're, hey, thanks for the love. Everything that we've gone through, yeah, other people have gone through similar things, but it's how we then process those experiences and how we make sense of them and then use that experience to create the offerings that we create, right? So our journey is unique to us because of the process mentally that we experienced, our own reactions through our journey, etc., the people we came into contact. So you're first going to look at your own journey as a human, right? Right up through work, school, all of those experiences that you create. So that's a very, very big one. And especially in your darkest hour, your greatest trials, that's where your greatest skills are honed, and your greatest gifts actually come out of, slaying the dragons on the path that you followed. So what also makes you unique is your point of view, or your POV. Your point of view is made up of your beliefs, your values, your approach to the problem you solve. And it's even the fact that you see a problem that needs to be solved, right? So just to give you an example, I don't think there's anybody out there who would deny that hunger, especially hunger for children, is a problem, right? We can all recognize that's a problem. But then deciding how to tackle that problem, that's where our point of view comes into play, and that's where we all debate, right, and talk about how to solve that problem. So it is your unique set of beliefs, values, your approach, and then this cocktail of skills that you have that all go into really what makes you unique. So let's also look at how you embrace your uniqueness. Why is this so hard? Because in actuality, as I said, we've been conditioned to not see that we are truly special. And we've been told we're not special, and we've been encouraged not to become egotistical, right? And of course, we don't want to become egotistical. Managing our own pride and ego is an ongoing affair. And while you don't want to become, one of those people, you certainly do need to become comfortable with yourself, and you need to love yourself. I truly do believe that, right? So you want to reflect on just how much do you value yourself? Do you truly love yourself? And the more comfortable you can get with who and what you are, and with expressing your point of view, then the more the better you're going to feel about expressing or embracing your uniqueness, right? When you embrace your uniqueness, you're able to leverage it much more effectively. Next is communicating that uniqueness. So how do you do that? One is with your language. You use a specific set of language. I use a different set of language. That's a big part of what makes us unique. So again, that's part of embracing the uniqueness of you. So you want to use language that's unique. Now, you don't want to go really out there. You want to use language that certainly makes sense to other people. And you want to package this language in a way that people can consume, right? So you're going to write blog posts, you're going to use videos, you're going to use live streaming, you're going to do webinars, you're going to use whatever content strategy is effective for you, but also, and here's the big one, you're communicating with other people. So you need to use the content strategy that is effective for those other people. So for me, I really would prefer to write, but speaking is faster. But not everybody likes to watch videos. They don't like to sit around watching them. So that's why you really want to provide content in multiple modalities. So taking your video and turning it into an article, converting the the video into an audio and sharing that. So you want to use language, use modalities, and you also want to then, this is where you move into branding then. So communicating your uniqueness is actually a multi-layered process, and positioning, what I've been talking about here, positioning is the first step to creating a strong brand. If you do not have your beliefs, values, and approach figured out, if you are not comfortable at embracing who you are, you're going to have a difficult time communicating your uniqueness. So if you have found that you've been struggling to truly attract ideal clients, if you've been struggling to attract referral partners, or to present your information and concepts to maybe other people to be interviewed, right, on podcasts or live streams, Part of the problem is that you're not clearly differentiated, you're not well positioned, and you're having a problem communicating your uniqueness because you haven't really embraced it. So communicating that uniqueness also comes into, and again, now I have a notepad over here, it speaks to your solution, right? Because again, back to my example about hunger, my idea of solving hunger is probably different than your idea for solving hunger. So you have to be well versed in what your own beliefs and system are, and then you're communicating that on a regular basis. So if you have not created a fully articulated system, you want to make sure that you do that. You want to know the problems that your ideal clients run into, and you want to communicate about those problems and how they can get past them. So this really speaks to, as I said, it speaks to identifying what makes you unique, embracing it, and then communicating it to an audience, and doing it in a powerful way, and doing it through multiple modalities. Some big strategies that can help you position yourself very clearly, because I'm a big believer you want to work very effectively and you want to use tools that are going to give you a lot of bang for the buck. So there are tools that you can use that can help position you clearly in the mind of others. And I can tell you that video is a very powerful one. So creating a live stream show, creating a podcast, those are two really powerful mechanisms to not just connect with people, but to have you suddenly create a powerful position in their mind. Another great thing to do to position yourself is write a book. And there are lots of ways that you can put a book together. You don't have to slave over a hot keyboard for 2 years or 18 months, which is how long it took me to write my first book. You can use a lot of existing information that you already have. Hey, Mark, nice to see you. You can use a lot of existing information that you already have that can form the foundation or supplement content to create that book. So you're creating content anyway, right? We know that we have to do that in order to market ourselves effectively and get our message out there. So you might as well repurpose that content and create these, Lisa Sasevich calls them little soldiers, that are out there doing the work for you. Books are a great example. So are live streams, videos, audios, podcasts, and interviews. Anything that is going to help you communicate this message that you have is going to help you position yourself very clearly. But it starts with you. It's an internal process, right? So again, those 3 tips. You want to uncover what makes you uniquely you. And you're going to do that by going back through your hero's journey and identifying, the problems you went through, the wounds that you got, and the lessons that you learned, because they contribute to your point of view, your beliefs, your values, and the approach you take to solving that problem. So you're uncovering what makes you unique. You then have to embrace what makes you unique. You have to be comfortable with yourself. You then need to, hey, thanks. You then need to communicate that uniqueness. And you have to do that consistently. Whatever strategy you come up with must happen consistently, because people are just too overwhelmed. They're too busy. So you have to stay out there with your message so that you're constantly coming into their view, into their ears, and they're going, oh yeah, I like what she has to say, right? So I heard recently that it takes an average of 16 times for somebody to hear a message for it to really resonate with them and anchor with them. So you're going to get bored with delivering your message faster than anybody else is going to get hearing it, right? So great seeing you guys on here. Love, thanks for the love. Please share this if you like this message. Please also leave a comment or a question, and I will answer that and get back to you so you know that I heard you, and help you really apply the concept that I've shared. And again, please share the recordings with those in your contacts. especially those who you know have been really struggling with putting themselves out there in a big way because maybe they, in reality, hate standing out. But we do know that we've got to do it if we're really serious about building a very profitable, thriving business, and if we really want to have an impact on the audience that we're trying to reach. So that can really help you stand out when you hate standing out as well, is really staying focused on the people that you're trying to help and the issues that they have and the importance that your information can play in their life. So this has been Winnie Anderson for the Courageous Entrepreneur Show. This show airs on Facebook Live, although sometimes it is recorded, and airs on Facebook on Mondays, and then the episodes get posted on my website as well as YouTube. So if you have been wrestling with issues of, you got to stand out, but you hate standing out, I am working on a book and a course around this information, so you can just post in the comments that you would like to be kept in touch with about the book, and I'm looking for people who are going to be able to give me some advanced reviews, review the content, and give me some feedback. So just let me know in the comments that you would like to be added to that list and get that information, and I will add you, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye for now.